Okay, back home, back to the rain from the desert. Anyway, I am going to do one of those workouts after you've traveled all day. I didn't get home till 10 last night. Uh, and you just feel quite not on. So I'm going to show you one of the best things to counteract sitting. It's just a couple of moves, but I'm going to do some modifications. And so we're going to get started with that. My dogs are in their places. They're all happy. Ruby's down there, snug as a bug. And they're ready to watch us do our craziness while they sleep. Okay, here's your safety measure. Number one. Now, I did a lot of sitting yesterday, and it's very difficult to move your arms. So I'm going to get my bar ready because that's my little safety feature when I'm going to do this move. So let's warm up just a little bit. And as we warm up, we're going to do rotational upper body moves. So I'm going to take a step, rotate, okay? When you take a step, do you see what I did? I did like this, and I drifted, and I had to step back, okay? That's very normal, but you want to know how to catch yourself without like really stumbling and falling anywhere. So step and turn across. Your heel is lifted and back on the get-go. Then step, turn. So you're just going to do like if you don't have room, 2 steps will do it. See, I can keep going because I have the room, but if not, you step back and you turn. And then you step back and you turn. So 2 steps. But here's the deal. All of this really falls off in effectiveness if you don't pay attention to what is your core doing and how are you posturally lined up. So we're going to take those 2 steps again. Here's my little bar. So these moves, I'm going to do 3 main moves this morning to get us warmed up. They are all aimed at counteracting the sitting that you have to do when you travel. Do you see what I'm doing? So number 1, my hands are at least shoulder width. They're not in here. They're out here, maybe wider. Okay? That's number 1. Number 2, when I take a step front or back, I'm very aware of what's my shoulder position. Take a breath through my nose. As I take a breath through my nose, notice, are you lifting your shoulders to take that breath? If you are, drop those shoulders. Take a breath through your nose and engage your diaphragm. Then take a step back, turn the other way. When you turn that bar, drop your shoulders because you tend to want to raise your shoulders. That and lifting your rib cage impacts how you line yourself up posturally. So now, right now, if I came into your room and you were in this stance, I would take a look at your earlobe and see if it could I drop a line through your ear, your shoulder, and then right here on your hip. See that? Take a big breath. I'm going to take one more step because I can. Drop your shoulders. Then step back. Okay? Adjust. How do you adjust? You drop your shoulders first. Breathe through your nose. Yes. Soften your knee and back, especially. Drop your shoulder again. See how I'm pulling? I'm pulling the back arm back with my leg, my leg in the back position. It's that arm that goes back. Then I take another step back and I pull my elbow as far as I can behind me, but I drop my shoulders. Breathe through your nose, soften your knees, and then come back. Okay, so here's our square one. So after you do step, turn, and you're lining up, Then you step back, turn, I should say, do a transverse move. And when you do these moves, slow it down so that you can truly think about your positioning, okay? Because if you're all leaned out and you're junting your chin out and your shoulders are up, it's not going to be as effective, okay? So that's number one. Number two, I can use a low bench like this, or a regular chair, or a bench like I had the other day. But I have my bar, okay? This is my little insurance. I'm going to put my foot in the chair. So we did transverse walking to start with. When I put my foot in the chair, pay attention to your foot on the ground. Some of you are going to turn that foot out because that gives you stability. I'm going to encourage you to be a little wider. See how I'm sitting back? Okay. When I go to put my foot on the chair, I'm going to shift a little, bring my foot up, and you see it's just to the left side of the center of the chair. This foot is a little wider because that was my stance. So I just gave you the trick. I just gave you the tip of how to stay balanced, even though you're stepping up and you're stepping pretty far up. And we're going to do a good move to help counteract sitting. And when I do this step up and I'm wide and I go off center just a little bit, I don't have the need to turn my foot. Why am I hammering at this? Because that gets everything totally off as far as the effectiveness of this move. So once I'm here, and see I have my little bar here if I need it, I can hold on to my chair or my bar, and I'm going to push forward. See that? So this wakes up my ankles, number one. But now what are we going to do? See the foot up here? I'm going to take that arm and put it on the inside here. And if you feel a little wonky, get the bar and hold it in this hand. Put your hand down here as far as you can. Now here is another sticking point right here. See this? If this is it for you right here, that's okay. I got my bar here. I've got this here. I can't get down far enough to touch the chair. Some of you will try to touch the chair, and you know what you're going to do? Instead of bending, you're going to round your back. That would be a no. So I'm standing here. My foot is here. My foot is here. The toes are straight. I have this for insurance. I lean in and see my knee on this side. This is all she'll let me go right here. This is my knee replace side right here. So I'm getting great pull right through here, under here, but this is it. I'm going to reach down. I'm going to bend the back knee just a little and approach the chair, but I'm turning. See how I'm turning to touch right there? See that? See, I turn forward, then I turn to go put that hand right here on the chair, but I don't bend my back. I'm turning, but I'm keeping my back extended. Big breath through the nose. Okay, so I'm going to do that a couple of times. Push, and as I turn, I'm going to go ahead and bring my hand up. Don't do this part if you feel like you're a little wonky here, okay? Because you will lose your balance, and to get your foot off this chair, it won't be a pretty thing, okay? So I hope you're hearing me. See, I'm coming down. I'm getting great stretch. I'm turning. I'm putting my hand toward the chair. Whether I reach it or not is not a big deal. If I want to, Now I can bring this arm up as far as I can, and then bring it down and then come back. Okay? Then I bring that leg down. Take a big deep breath through your nose. Do that step. So now we're doing some of the same motions, but we're doing it on the floor. Once you go put your foot up on a chair, everything changes. And you have to be ready for that. And holding it in some of these stances and going into it and out of it, wow. Wow. That starts you down the strength training for your legs. It gets you to move through your joints in a very complete way. So now I'm going to go to the other leg. Okay. So I'm here. I can use my bar if I want to. The other leg goes up. Now I'm using a chair because that's what I have here. Let me go back to just that. Some of you, if you're standing in a normal stance, you know, your feet are like this. See that? And you go to put your foot up and you're going to put it in the middle. You're going to get all off and you could lose your balance. Here is my trainer's tip for not doing that. Not getting off balance. You're going to step into the chair, but take a wider stance. That's number one. See, I'm a wider stance now. I'm going to shift. I'm going to put this leg not in the middle of the chair, just to this side, which is the right side for me, of the middle. Not all the way over, but just a little to the right side. What does this do? Everybody should be yelling. It widens your base. Yes, that's what it does. But you don't think about that when you go to take that great big step. And then you get all off, and then it scares you, and then you don't do it. So bend the knee, okay? I've got this here if I need it. I'm going to take this hand and put it on the inside of my leg. I'm going to bend the knee toward the chair, and I'm going to try to go down as I turn and look to the other side. And now my hand is on the chair. Take a big breath, and I can either bring my hand up and open it or not, and then I'll come off of that move. So that great big move with a chair, you could do it in a lower level, or you could do it with your feet on the floor. So here's the modification. And we've done this many times, okay? So I'm going over things to counteract all the sitting that you have to do when you're on a plane or a train or a bus or a car. Step into your chair. What position is your back foot? And you're going to move that knee toward the chair. As you do, make sure your toe is straight. I'm going to move into the chair as far as I can with my foot back as far as it can go. So now I can do this whole thing on the floor. And the foot that's in the front, just take the other side and bring that hand up. So now I've given you two ways to really get your body counteracting the whole sitting thing. Then I come down here, I push my chin up, take a big deep breath, I drop my shoulders, take another breath, put that heel down, then I come down, and then I come off of that forward lunge. I go straight with the leg and pull that toe back. That should feel so restorative, so good. See, I'm right here, drop my shoulders, drop my chin, push my heel down and back, push my heel down in front. Take another big deep breath through your nose. Ready? Stay in that stance with your feet. Press your knee back, and then pull your toe in the front back toward your shin. Drop your head. Unlock your elbows. Don't lock them and keep your shoulders down. Take a big deep breath through the nose. Bring that leg up from the back. You're right here. Grab that chair and step back. Okay? So now I'm going to bend that knee forward in the front. Drop my shoulders. I'm going to really try to keep my heel down and back. Drop my shoulders again. Drop my chin. Really pull that heel back and try to get that knee forward so that you address the ankles. Okay? What is the big deal with ankles and sitting? Yeah, you don't think about it until they're swelling. So once you've done that now, rotate back and pull that toe up towards your shins. Okay? Big breath. Then you come back to where your shoulders over the wrist. Bring those heels down. Drop your shoulders again. Breath. Rotate back. Pull that toe. And now your shoulders are way back. Because you're really pulling the toe towards your shin. Really pulling it. You could do this as many times as you want to. And every time you just hit the stretch and then you rotate back. Unlock your elbows and drop your shoulders. As long as you're breathing through your nose, you're good to go. And this move is the modified form of the same move into a chair. So that's one of the ways to counteract sitting. Another great way is put that pole, golf club, garden tool, umbrella, if you're in Michigan, just behind your back. Don't put it in the small of your back. Put it down on the top part of the hips. See that? Drop your shoulders. Yes. Yeah, I keep telling you to drop your shoulders for a reason. So I'm going to come here. Now I'm going to step wide. And now I'm going to turn. Now the minute I did that, guess what some of you did? This is what you did. And you're going to say, how'd she know that? You did this. You did this. You leaned in. So I'm telling you, don't lean in. I'm trying my darndest to give you some practical, about 3 big practical moves of counteracting sitting. And I'm not turning my toe here, okay? Because I want to turn through and put it's a little torque, not harmful, on the knee. See, that way and this way. But guess what? All that gets mitigated, that effect gets mitigated if you don't say rib cage up, keep that bar on the top part of the hips, not in the small of the back. Don't cave your knees like this. Keep them out here. Drop your shoulders again and pull that head back. When you turn, right now, right here, if I were with you, just you in your little room, and I dropped the plumb line right here from your earlobe, it should go through the shoulder, the hip, and the knee. That's the test. Okay, take a breath. Sit back into the heels and widen up those knees. Because the minute you start moving one way or the other, you want to cave the knees. So keep them out. Drop your shoulders again. Tuck your chin. Okay? Yeah, you got your thumb hanging over the bar. Here we go. You're going to turn. Okay? Think about the plumb line. If I wasn't thinking about the plumb line, this is what you'd see. I don't want to see that. I want to see this. So that plumb line should go through the earlobe, the shoulder, the hip, front of the hip, and then down to the knee. And you come back. It's a whole different move when you do that rather than this. And you're not thinking about how you're turning. So here we go. Widen up the knees. Drop your shoulders. Yes, yes, yes. Big breath. Yes. Woo. Rib cage up again. Don't move those feet. Do not move those feet. I know. Drop your shoulders. You should see my creek on Wednesday. Whoa. It had flown its banks. See this? Just a couple really good turns done in a slow, controlled manner, really tweaking your postural set makes all the difference in the world in all your joints, especially your neck, your back, and your hips from the sitting issue. Okay, last move here. And you can do this. The reason I'm going to show you this is because I did it so much while I was standing waiting for my flight, which was delayed 4 hours or more. See this? What did I just do? Let me show you this. Okay. Took one leg, I don't care which. This is the one that gets tight on me right now. This one did get tight on me, but it's replaced. Take a breath. You can use your pole if you want to. That's fine. Step behind. And now push your hips forward and drop your chin. Take a big breath. Drop your shoulders. And so many of you might be saying, wait a minute, I thought this was a strength training day. What do you think you're doing right now? You are loading all your joints all the way down by standing, okay? I chose yesterday, put your other foot behind your leg. See that? Now straighten the back leg. You're gonna bend the front leg a little. Now I'm pushing. I hope you can see what I'm doing. Take a breath, push through the hips, okay? You're gonna feel this front right here of the leg that's behind stretching. Oh my goodness, you can stand next to a wall and do this as long as you want, and it will keep your hip flexors and extensors from locking up on you. See, I just did this. I was standing at a wall, and I just pushed my hips forward, drop my shoulders, put my head and shoulders up against the wall. As I push my hips forward, it keeps this open. All right, so that's a little trick that you can do when you're traveling to not succumb to, oh, you know, tight hips, all that kind of stuff. Okay, we're gonna come over here and I am gonna pick up not the lightest weight. I'm gonna pick up a 9-pound weight in both hands. And you notice I have my little weight gloves on, okay? Right here, big breath, shoulders are up, shoulders are down, all right? Feel the weight, feel the weight. See, you feel the weight through the shoulders, just get a handle on where it's at. So right now, as you're going shoulders to ears, pull in your tummy and squeeze your gluteals. So as the ears are coming up, you're squeezing the gluteals. You're gonna bring it all the way up, and then you're gonna bring it down. Push, push, push the shoulders down. Squeeze your gluteals. Yeah, you're just contracting. That's all I'm asking you to do. And see right now, my hands, this is 9-pound and 9-pound. They are hanging off my fingertips. Then I pull them into the palm. Then I let them hang to the fingertips. Then I pull them into the palm. See that? So my knees are soft. My rib cage is up. Many of you doing this, if you have not thought about your stance, you've locked your knees and you're drifting. You're drifting here, you're drifting here. And so I'm saying, pull the rib cage up, drop the shoulders, soften your knees. Now pull those shoulders to the ears, take a breath, and then come down. And then when you're down and you're really pushing down, bring the weights into your palm, then release. Into the palm, release. Into the palm, release. One more time. Into the palm, release. Don't lock your knees. Yeah. Okay, breath, step wide. You're gonna turn. Remember the turning that we did to get you unstuck from sitting? We're gonna put it now in the weight training modality. So my toes are forward and I'm in a wide stance. I'm gonna drop my shoulders. I'm gonna turn. I'm gonna pull back, okay? So I bring it right here to the knee and then pull back. So you're not moving your toes here. So I don't want you to go real far. You're gonna get a little torque, a little in the knee. Soften your joints, pull your shoulders down, down, and pull your rib cage up. Then you act like you're gonna approach the knee and then you pull it back. So with a 9-pound weight, keeping your shoulders down, as I go to the knee, I'm gonna do a little hip hinge, pull. Take a big breath through the nose, pull, rib cage up, right there, slight bend, a little bit of a high hip hinge, right there, pull. Take a big breath, pull. Okay, now hesitate because you start to get sloppy. The knees are bending. You're coming down. Do not bend your back. You're gonna pull and come back. We're gonna do it one more time. Here we go. Big breath, pull. Drop them right here, okay? Yeah, so I'm gonna go to the other side now. So you see my wide stance? So in a wide stance, and you're not locking your joints, this is what you tend to do. Okay, so you're in a wide stance. You tend to do this before you even get started. So I'm training you to try to maintain neutral posture in a transverse move. See how I turned? Okay, that move would be totally different if I let myself flex my back just a little and turn the way most of us do. Okay, don't do that. Drop your shoulders. Get the chin tucked. Act like you're sitting on a horse. See, my knees are soft. They're not really bent, but my rib cage is up. Then when I go to turn and I bend to get to the knee, then I pull, it is a whole different trajectory. It's a very positive strength move in a transverse action. So rib cage up, turn, little bit of a hip hinge, and it's a pull. And when you get back here, you are pulling with your shoulders down. Take a big breath. Here we go. Pull. Breath. Here we go. Pull. Breath. 2 more. Here we go. See, as I come down, I hip hinge, I bend the knees, I keep my chin tucked, pull that elbow back. And this is a 9-pound weight. Breath. Okay, I think I said 2. Okay. Kathy's gonna quit anyway. All right. Push your butt back. See, I can call her out because she was the first one on today. Okay? I got 9-pound weights. See that? They're right here. They're leaning right on my quads. I'm gonna push my butt back. I'm gonna keep my chin tucked, shoulders down. I'm gonna go down until my hands are right at my knee. Then I'm gonna come back up and I'm gonna squeeze my butt right there. Yes, so I'm doing this modified high squat or a hip hinge, but I've got 18 pounds. And I'm leaning them on my legs. Yeah, because I want you to get used to that. And then I'm coming back up. Okay? Now, I'm going to take those hands out of there. I'm going to bring them here. I'm going to go right to here. I'm gonna pull right to there. I'm gonna come right to here, keep my chin tucked. I'm in my heels. I'm pulling those elbows back again. Big breath in through the nose, keep your chin tucked, go into the heels, tighten your tummy. Now squeeze the butt. Yes, keep your shoulders down. Big breath, here we go, into the heels. Pull all the way back. Here we go, all the way to the knee and all the way back. Keep your shoulders down. Breath, we're gonna do 2 more right here. Boom, squeeze your butt. Heels, breath, squeeze your butt, right there. Yeah. Now I'm gonna stay in a little bit of a hip hinge. I'm gonna bring those arms all the way down. See that? All the way. I'm gonna pull, no momentum. I'm gonna come back down. I'm gonna loosen my grip right now. Let the weights ride on the fingertips. Okay? I'm turned here to the side. I'll turn a little kitty corner so you can see what I'm doing front and side. So a tiny bit of a hip hinge, rib cage up, drop the shoulders. Okay, big breath. All the way down like this. Start to come up, 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 all the way up. And come back down. Take a big deep breath. And let the bars, the little free weights, go to your fingertips. Okay? When you start to trajectory up, you pull those weights into your palm. This is why I like working with free weights, especially because I can be training my grip, my hand strength, while I'm working on upper body strength, lower body strength, positioning. I have to be balanced. I have to be thinking how my stance is. I have to be thinking about breathing. So, you know, it helps me with my brain. And God only knows I need help with that. Take a breath. Here we go. Pull it all the way up. Squeeze your butt right now. Keep your chin tucked. Big rib cage up. Here we go. All the way down. See the hip hinge? Yeah, I'm not bending my back at all. My back is safe. Because as I come up, I squeeze the rear end. I come all the way up. Get my chin tucked. And all the way back down. So I have to use core. I have to use my back, my hips. I have to use my arms. And this is not a super heavy weight. And most people, if they have shoulder issues, this move they can do without too much problems. See, it's at my fingertips now. I'm resting my hands. As I come up, I'm going to come into the palm. I'm going to come right here, but look at my elbows. See, they're forward. I'm going to come back down. They're not flared. Take a big breath, drop my shoulders, rib cage up, really squeezing that barbell or dumbbell. Now they're at my fingertips. So I get a little rest at the bottom, then I pull in, come up, squeeze my butt. Come back down, take a big breath, tuck my chin, here we go. Big breath, come back down. Yeah, I'm doing quite a few of these. You know why? It's a full body work. You're using lower body. I'm getting a little tiny bit of a hip hinge. And now I come up, back extensors, biceps, shoulders, quads, hamstrings, all the way up. My feet, my ankle, all the way down. Drop your shoulders. Here we go. All the way up. Okay, 2 more. I can hear you whining all the way here. Take a breath. 1 more. Big breath. Here we go. Okay. Okay, bring them right here. Just right there. Let the weights hang at your fingertips. See how they're hanging at my fingertips? I'm not clenching them. I'm going to bring the shoulders up to the ears. Pull my tummy in and then drop my shoulders. Okay? If you have significant rounded shoulders, a forward head, and you're really working on it, number one, get your stance. Let those weights hang at your fingertips. Bring those shoulders up to the ears and then drop them down. And when you have a medium weight, it's very doable. And you're using all the shoulder girdle to move the shoulders to your ears. Using all those muscles that tend to have been weakened because you have a shoulder problem. Okay? Your shoulder gives you a little, oh, it catches when I do this or that. And then you don't do anything. And then you get a frozen shoulder. So I'm telling you, one of the best ways I know of to strengthen your shoulders and your shoulder blades is put a little challenging weight in your hands like we have now. And see, my stance is very important right now. Very important. I'm doing all kinds of stuff that you don't even know I'm doing. I try to go through it as best as I can without getting the eye roll. She's done this 1,000 times. I know, because students don't listen. I'm joking with you a little bit, but seriously, it's body awareness. You see what I'm doing? I'm doing one of the best things. One of the tools of getting my shoulders stronger and more mobile. I put a medium weight. I'm squeezing my butt right now. I'm really trying to hit my ears with my shoulders. Then I'm going to drop my shoulders really hard. I'm going to really squeeze my belly button in. I say belly button, it's a bracing. It's not really just sucking in your belly button. I'm bending. I'm hip hinging a little. My back is not. My back's not flexed. Okay? And then I do this until I'm like, I don't think I can do a couple more of these. See that? Yeah, it's the mobility. It's the little bit of weight. And it's the mobility that this brings in that's going to help you tremendously. So now I'm going to go back. See that? Just like that. And then I'm going to come up with one hand as if I was going to lift my suitcase up overhead, which is what I did multiple times yesterday. And trust me, it wasn't light. It was a little carry-on. I had all my computer stuff, my iPad, I had a whole bunch of other stuff in there. You got to be able to do that if that's your goal. Now, if you want to get on the plane and you want to go, oh, can you help me? I don't want to do that. I want to be able to be strong enough to do it, okay? So now I'm going to take the other arm. I'm going to start with one, then the other, then I'm going to do both. This is a medium weight, okay? Excuse me. Ooh. I'll call them back. Somebody needs a ride to the airport. Okay, so here I go. This and this, right? Down and down. Soft knees, wider stance, breath, bring it up, take another breath, exhale, bring it down, got it? Here we go. Here's my suitcase, take a breath, in through the nose, drop your shoulders, pull it right to here. Now take a breath, put it up in the bin, and then come down, and then come down, okay? I'm gonna do that again. Take a big deep breath, drop your shoulders. Ready? I'm wide stanced. I'm a little bit hip hinged. I've picked my suitcase right here. I'm gonna bring it up here, tighten, exhale, bring it in and bring it in. Okay, so that's a little different move than taking these weights and going here. Okay, I'm doing a move that you are going to have to do if you're going to put your suitcase up in an overhead bin. So you better brace your back. Okay, how do you do that? I'm telling you. Take a big breath, drop your shoulders. Pick up your suitcase to right here. This is our suitcase. Bring it up, tighten your tummy, take a breath, shove it up there, hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, down and down. Now, if you have more than 18 pounds, which is what I have right here, which you could have, I'm thinking especially that Nancy could very well have 25 pounds of shoes in a carry-on. Therefore, Nancy, you drop your shoulders. I hope she's laughing. You bring that suitcase right here. Take a wider stance. Okay, take a breath. Bring it up here. Now tightening your tummy. Breath, exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In and down. See how easy that is? Okay, since we have these 9-pound weights, 9, do the math. That's 18 pounds coming through my vertebrae, okay? My hips, my legs. I know. So now I'm going to come over in front of my chair, right here. I'm going to sit down with my suitcase, right here, right here. See that? So as I'm sitting down, I'll do some sit to stands, but I'm going to work on the back of those arms. Here we go. Lean in and then come back. Now that's our first big lean in of the day. So take your weights and act like you're going to, or actually do, put them down without doing what? Somebody should be yelling at the answer. I want you to put these down without doing what? Without rounding your back. Yeah. Push your butt back as you come down. You're going to feel a stretch through your groin, through your hips some way, okay? I'm pretty wide with my feet here, so I want you to come as far into the middle as you can and reach down onto the floor. But this is very important right here. When you start reaching to the floor, pretend I'm standing right next to you and my hand is right here. And if I feel even the slightest rounded back, I'm going to halt you. I'm going to say, you got to stop right there because you're rounding your back. That's a formula for injury. So here I am, wide with my legs, as wide as my chair legs, maybe a little wider. I'm pushing my butt back, shining my taillights as I come forward. I'm bringing my hands in. My back is not rounding. I'm getting all the way down. You're going to feel a super stretch in the groin right now. Yeah, I know. Take a breath. Then, when you're all the way down there, you're going to come back. Put your hands on your legs and push yourself up like that. Yeah, don't ask your back to bring you up from that position. That's kind of, no, you don't need to do that. So learn to do that. Number one, now go down and retrieve your weights. And I'm going to be down there. I'm going to keep my chin tucked. I'm going to bring the weights up right at my legs, my hip. I'm going to push back. I'm going to do little flicks to really push the backs of the arms. I'm going to stay low. Keep my shoulders down. Bring the weights right in a little and then straighten it again. So it's just a little flick. And then I contract the backs of those arms right there. Contract the backs of those arms. Contract the backs of those arms. Push back. Drop your shoulders. Push back. Drop your shoulders. Push back. Drop your shoulders. Push back. Two more. We got it. We got it. Stay with me. Take a breath. Push back. Now put those weights down Now reach those hands down and walk forward as far as you can. Walk back. Really pull yourself down and let the groin stretch. Bring your hand up, push up. Yes. Okay. Now, I can't tell you the many times that somebody has come up to me and they find out what I do for a living, not for a living, but for my job, for my passion. They go, I can still touch my toes and I'm so and so years old. And I'm like, oh, please don't, please don't. Because I know what they're going to do. You know what they're going to do? They're going to do this. Watch me. And they go down with their legs locked and they go down and they touch the floor. That's a formula for disaster for your back. This is how you touch your toes properly. And if you've got somebody that's done that to you, I don't need to take that class. You know, I can still touch my toes. And then they come up and they go, oh, I've seen it happen. Watch this. This is how you do it. Bend your knees. Okay. Come down as far as you can to the toes, to the ankle, to the floor. Then straighten your legs. Now pull your body right into those knees. Pull the toes up one at a time. Pull the toes up. Pull yourself tight to the leg, to your trunk of your body into your legs. Okay, don't come up. Bend your knees. Put your elbows on your knees. Take a breath. Now push into the heels and come up. That's how you bend down and touch your toes. So the next time you have somebody show you how they can touch their toes and they lock their knees and they go down and touch their toes, give them my card. It is not how you want to do it. Okay, big breath. Open. Put your hands right here. Many of you are on computers. You're doing gardening. You're doing cooking. You're doing desk work. You don't think anything about your fingers until they give you trouble. Put your fingers together. Bring your elbows up. Now bring them down and push the whole palm together. And my fingers are really stretching wide apart. Now bring the elbows up and push hard into your fingertips. As your palms separate, you're pushing really hard. Now open the fingers, open. Now come down into the palm, touching, and the elbows are down, and push apart and push the whole hand together. Take a big deep breath. Now pull the hand back. See, my arm is straight, my shoulders down. I do it here. I do the thumb, and then I go under, and I pull it this way. Okay, so you're going to flex and you're going to extend. So you're going to push right here, straight arm, drop your shoulders, pull, let the fingers really stretch, then do the thumb, careful, then go under. Yeah, feels really good, but we don't ever do it. When you do this one, really bring those fingers apart really hard, okay? And bring them back in. Shake them, shake them, shake them. Okay, we're knocking off because I think I'm going to go into jet lag. It was quite the day yesterday. Anyway, I'm glad y'all came on with me this morning. I hope you got what I was trying to do there. Okie dokie. I'm going to take the record off.